in terms of pressure and who has the most pressure on them, in terms of making sure talent comes to L.A., once upon a time I would have said LeBron. But after the season the Lakers have had, I'm going to put that onus on Earvin Magic Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be very, very clear about what I'm about to say. Magic Johnson's Magic Johnson. He's one of the rare individuals in the history of sports who deserves to be deified. He's that special. This has not been a good year. The Lakers in the second half of this season have been an unmitigated disaster. Period. And it falls on Magic Johnson. If you want to say it falls on Jeannie Buss, I would say for you, to you, is for this reason and this reason only, that Rob Pelinka is there. Because obviously they had a relationship before Magic Johnson took over, and some believe that Jeannie Buss has everything to do with Rob Pelinka being there. I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm only telling you what people say. Here's my issue. I think Rob Pelinka, there's a lot of jealousy out there. There's a lot of envy out there. You got people out there who want him to do badly. They don't like him. They didn't like him when he was an agent. They don't like him now that he's in the GM's position. They talk to him because they have to or because it's proper decorum to some degree, but they don't particularly like him. But it is fair to say, in fairness to him, that a lot of that might have to do with jealousy. When you have an iconic figure in the sports world like Kobe Bryant absolutely positively swearing by Rob Pelinka and what he means to basketball and how brilliant of a basketball mind he is, you got to pay attention to that because Kobe would know a thing or two about that. There's very few people on the planet he trusts more than Rob Pelinka. So that's important to point out. It's important to point out that Kobe Bryant is not the only talent that Rob Pelinka has represented. And there's plenty of guys that may be jealous or may have been in the past jealous or envious of the cachet that Rob Pelinka had and the job that he did, for all we know. And that might play a role in him being excoriated by some, clearly behind his back. But what's undeniable is that the combination of Magic and Rob Pelinka needs to be elevated. There needs to be somebody in the mix. You got Andy Ellsberg in Miami. There's Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. But you got a guy like Andy Ellsberg that monitors the cap and brings a lot of ideas to Pat Riley. And that can't be ignored. It truly cannot. I think that is incredibly, incredibly important. That's where I'm at with it. You look at a guy in Cleveland, Brock Aller, A-L-L-E-R. He was a personal assistant for Dan Gilbert for a decade, but then got elevated within basketball operations. He's done a hell of a job. And when you look at what he brings to the table, I don't think it's deniable that he could end up being an asset to the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's something that needs to happen as well. He's considered one of the best cap guys in the business by some. There's always somebody associated with a team that's unheard of, unsung. That's who the Lakers need. Rob Pelinka is a novice at a GM position. Magic Johnson is a novice as president of basketball operations. Those are not negative connotations. It just speaks to the fact that they both just started on the job. This is their second season. Magic Johnson, but to talk about this guy like, oh, so you got some executive out there talking about how Magic Johnson has ruined the Lakers. I'm sorry, what the hell were the Lakers before he got there? You were saddled with Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng's contracts. Magic Johnson got LeBron James. Before that, he drafted Kyle Kuzma. Lonzo Ball's not a scrub. He just needs to be more assertive, more aggressive, and not be distracted by family issues, which has nothing to do with Magic. I think it's important to point those things out. I think it's important to recognize that. Because I'm here to tell you something right now. Magic didn't do a great job this year. I'll be the first to tell you that. But the jury is still out. The door isn't closed. The book isn't closed on Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka. It's not like things can't be corrected. – Lakers have cap space. They've got draft picks coming up. And we're talking about really acquiring somebody in free agency in order to be a title contender.